The rolling hills and green forests of central Wisconsin are about to come alive as the inaugural season of GT America, powered by AWS, rolls into America's National Park of Speed, Road America. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Marine. Amanda Busick is down in the pit lane. I'm pleased to have Calvin Fish alongside in the booth as we roll into the next round of the championship. Heavy rains overnight, Calvin, have given way to mostly sunny skies. Good morning, Amanda.
Well, good morning, guys, and I think it's going to be a battle here today as well. Take a look at the front of the grid behind me. You have the race winner yesterday of James Safronis, and you also have the TKO Motorsports Bentley entry of Memo Gidley.
Well, James Safronis, yesterday's winner, to the left of the screen in the GMG Audi. TKO Motorsports, that's Memo Gidley in the Bentley, and on the outside, we are green, and Charlie Luck with a great jump at the start. Here comes Jason Daskalos in the white Audi, moving to the right of the screen. He's going to make a bid for third on Gidley around the outside.
Yeah, brave move there from Jason Daskalos on relatively cold Pirelli P0 as we see the GT4 fill. Quick spin at the back of the pack.
Adam Adelson goes around but able to recover and rejoin. He was an early out yesterday after contact and some suspension damage, looking for a cleaner run here today. Safronis with a great start, able to pull away, but look at the car in second. That's Jason Daskalos, who's come from fourth, but he's under pressure from Charlie Luck.
Yes, Charlie Luck looking very racy there on the initial start, but a great run around the outside of Daskalos. He holds the inside line here, down into turn 5. Gidley being dropped from the front row back to fourth. He's got to run to the inside. This is the run up the hill into turn 6.
Oh, this is where it gets tight. Blind corner to the left here. A little bit of a hip check from Gidley, and he shuffles Charlie Luck back to fourth. Memo Gidley dropped 2 spots at the start, but now back charging through the field in the TKO Motorsports Bentley. He's chasing down Jason Daskalos and peeking to the inside through hurry downs.
Well, I think he's got to make quick work of Jason here, otherwise Safronis is going to be down the road and hard to catch right now, so he's got to get that Bentley up to speed. Typically the Bentley is very easy on the tires, but that works against you on these opening laps, trying to get some temperature into them and getting the grip you're looking for.
Ex-IndyCar driver Memo Gidley, longtime sports car racer as well. He's been out of full-time racing for quite a while as he's had a grueling recovery from a heavy crash at the 24 Hours of Daytona about a half a decade ago, but he's back in his element here in the Bentley, working his way to the outside of Daskalos, and he's got the move made even before Canada corner.
Yeah, that was pretty. Got back into his rhythm after not a great start there, obviously up into turn 1, so he's now back into that runner-up position. Got to try and chase down Safronis here, keep the heat on him.
And moisture to appear so suddenly. And look, we've got more problems. That's Gidley in the barriers. Jason Harward as well. That's at the bottom of the hill in turn 5.
Well, I think someone must be dropping oil out there. I saw like a line of fluid down the middle of the racetrack into turn 3.
Gidley into the tire barrier. That is the better option of the two. You can see the safety team is already there.
Car doesn't look too bad unless there's damage on that right rear corner. We can't see, obviously.
A very strange set of circumstances here in the first 4 minutes. Let's see if we have a replay of what happened, but the speculation is that there might be some fluid on the track. That's what it looks like. These cars are spinning long before the braking zone. Look at that, everyone's scattering everywhere.
Well, I just wonder if someone at the back of the field was dropping oil on that opening lap, and then when the leaders came back around, they're suddenly getting on top of that.
This is Adelson going for a spin. And here we go, more battles for position. That's Daskalos getting up to second, and then this great duel here between Gidley and Luck.
Yeah, Gidley gets up to the inside, and nice clean move. I mean, it's obviously going to get tight there on the opening lap. Close.
Coming into this weekend before his mishap on Friday, and I echo your thoughts, Calvin. Certainly miss having George at the racetrack. Hope to see him at the next one. Memo Gidley has been able to rejoin, but working around the track rather slowly.
Yeah, don't see a ton of damage. I assume he was the sand they need to get around a full 4-mile length if someone did cruise around for the whole lap dropping fluid. But here we see this TKO Motorsports. Great to see these guys on the grid this weekend. One of the ex-K-Pax Bentleys. And Memo Gidley, great to see him back. Had a stellar career, single-seater, ran Champ Car for a number of years. Actually had a big incident here under the Billy Mitchell bend, what was the bridge back then, when he was running for Chip Ganassi Racing. Had a wild ride that day, and essentially his career was curtailed for a while back in 2014 with a massive incident when he was blinded on the opening laps of the Daytona 24-hour race. And Memo was just really a dedicated guy. He loves his racing, and it took him 3 years to really rehab from that incident. But he basically hopes to inspire people, he said, in life to keep chasing their dreams, and certainly he's doing it here this weekend.
I don't think it's hyperbolic to say we all feared the worst when we saw that incident at Daytona all those years ago, and we were relieved that it wasn't more serious than it was. But that's not to downplay just what kind of a grueling recovery, all the surgeries, all the rehab that he went through with a lot of damage to his legs in that crash. And I remember I got to speak to him when he made his pro racing return in what was then Pirelli World Challenge race out in Sonoma, and it was with this same TKO Motorsports team. They ran a Porsche there, and he was all smiles. He was so happy to be back at a racetrack and behind the wheel again, and he had great support from his family in pursuing that. And it seems like a natural fit to have him back at the racetrack. And hopefully we'll see a lot more of him. From talking to Darren Law, who's overseeing that program, don't think they'll be at Watkins Glen, but I think the plan is to be at the rest of the races this season.
That'd be awesome, and great to see a Bentley back on the grid as well.
That's right. We haven't seen them since opening round of the season last year. For more on the Memo Gidley story, let's go down to the pit lane.
Well, unfortunately, Memo is out of the car. That car is not going to return to the track today. Darren, what did you guys see that you knew that it wasn't ready for competition?
Well, unfortunately, I mean, I didn't see the incident. I only saw the ending, so it looks like there was oil or something, and we lost a lot of cars there. And unfortunately for us, the Bentley backed into the tire barriers, and we think we have a transmission problem now.
Thank you.
Tough break for TKO Motorsports, Memo Gidley. You can see the disappointment on his face, but there's still a hint of a smile there, Cal.
Yeah, he'll be pumped. Pumped to be back racing again. He had a really solid run yesterday, and we assume he had the lead there going down into turn 5, so that's a nice feeling to have. Admittedly, it didn't last very long because of the fluid and the incident there, but he'll be back, and this will just whet his appetite even more, I feel.
That it will, but tough sight to see, the Bentley being pushed back behind the pit wall. We continue with Amanda.
Well, we know it's not the punctuation Memo Gidley was looking for the weekend, but still smiles on the face as return to racing. What do you sum up the weekend of how this experience has been for you, getting back in the Bentley?
Well, for me, it's awesome. I mean, I was trying to think when the last time I was out at this track. It's been a while, last race. And so to get the opportunity with TKO Motorsports and Flying Lizard to come out here and run is great. I mean, we finished second yesterday, and, you know, it's kind of just getting our feet wet. And, you know, today, at the start of the race, I thought we were looking pretty good, and I was thinking we were going to move up there, and I thought we were going to get into the lead. I mean, it only just started, but I could just feel that the car felt really good at that point.
Well, the series heads to Watkins Glen next. What's next for you?
Yeah, I wish we could do Watkins, but the next race for us is Sebring, and then we do the Indy road course there as well. So Sebring I've been, Indy I haven't been, not at least on the oval or at the road course. So looking forward to get the TKO guys out there and the Flying Lizard guys and get back up on the podium. For me, it's like, you know, I want to win. I want to get to the top step. So I've got about a month to make that happen, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that comes true.
Thank you, Memo. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Yeah, guys. Thanks.
Just awesome. What a great story. Such motivation to all who watch and hear about his story to get back in the race car after the harrowing crash at Daytona that we've chronicled earlier. Just remarkable to see him and to get up to speed this quickly with the Bentley. We touched on it yesterday. It's a unique car, not just because of the sheer size of the thing, but it's right-hand drive. And I don't know, that might not seem like a big deal, and it isn't for a driver of his caliber after a time, but there is some initial shock to sitting on the other side of a race car initially.
Yeah, there's definitely a nuance to that when you used to be in hugging certain corners around a circuit like Road America, and suddenly you're way off on the outside when you're going down into turn 8, for example, this one that the safety car is now entering. So different feel, but you know, these guys adjust so quickly, and Memo's a pro, even though he's now at the tender age of 50 years old. He can reflect on many of his experiences and come to grips with that very quickly. But I think he's excited. I think it's a great opportunity. It's a first-class operation that he's running with, and the car has really got a lot of potential. So it'd be great to see him back on a full-time basis, and who knows, maybe they'll move up to GT World Challenge America at some point in the future. It'd be great to see that Bentley back in our field.
Certainly would. I got a funny text just now from Amanda. She said she found the right-hand drive thing to be a bit shocking too. She went to the wrong window to do an interview yesterday, and yeah, I can see where that would come into play. But they're awesome cars. They were so successful, and you know, you look at the Bentley and you don't necessarily think high-performance vehicle, but go back in the Bentley history, Calvin, and the early years at Le Mans were dominated by the Bentley boys, and then in more recent years they had some success in prototype racing, and this GT3 program, which unfortunately from a factory perspective has concluded, but it's been a remarkable success what they've been able to build up in a short amount of time. Quickly, well,